In this episode of Growing Your Sense of Self Through Self-Defense, I'm going to show you some of the errors that people make in doing low and medium face falls. So we saw what the effective face fall was from the knees and from a small jump. So we want to talk about in terms of triangles. Well, I'm going to not do triangles. I'm going to catch myself this way and have my feet together this way. And if you try this, try it on a soft surface because it's not as effective in dispersing the impact out over space and time. First, I just fall without receiving the ground, this way. I could feel that all the way through here, especially in my shoulders. You might see my head bounce some too, so there's also some going on in my neck. Not so cool. So you want to receive the ground. Now, you can tell how well you're receiving the ground by the sound of the impact. If you hear a loud plop, that's not receiving the ground, right? That's the board hands and catching a ball. You don't hear a good catcher receive the ball, but you hear when they have stiff hands. So I'm going to do it with stiff arms. I'm not going to do it with the wrist because that's the danger on the wrist. Stiff arms this way. Very common error. You can hear the smack, right? Compared to receiving the ground, quieter. Now, my legs are together in both of those, which also limits how well I can balance myself and receive. So let me try again with my legs apart, both of those. Stiff arms, and receiving the ball. Here. All right. Now, I'm going to do them from a, what we call a medium face fall. That short jump. Now, if I don't arch the back, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to keep legs close together and keep my body stiff instead of having that shock absorber. So it's just going to go like this here. See if I can do that because my body's, my muscle memory is to bend my back. So let's see if I can do my arms all right, but my body flat. Yeah, that blows out here too, but not in a comfortable fashion. And my back is bent backwards. Doesn't feel so good. So try it again with my body stiff, but try not to touch bottom. I'm going to spread my legs a little bit. Yeah, not nowhere near the same. And I'm risking hitting myself in a place that's kind of sensitive. That's another downside. So you got to get that butt up in the air. I'll do a proper one again so you see. Make it the triangles, receiving the ground, butt up in the air. Yeah, it's much better. Now, there's another thing that people, common mistake is, even on these low ones, your hands and your feet, you want to sort of land them at the same time. Now that's not dispersing the impact out over time, as if you did feet, one foot, one hand. That would be dispensing out over time, but what happens is, you start getting these whips. You know, you land your feet and then your hands come down quicker. More impact on your hands. When they all land together, it's more of a parachute dropping. So I'm going to show a little bit of a kick up. So then hands, then feet, and you hear the pop, pop. This is wrong. It's hard to keep the knees from bouncing off the ground, doing it that way. Once again, I'm doing it wrong. Causing me to do a lot of things wrong. You see there was no legs bound, there's no arch in my back because the kick stretched my legs out too far. So what if I just don't jump so high? Don't jump so high and get my feet down fast, then my hands. Ooh! Yeah. You can see the whip that generated lunging me forward, right? You catch the back and the front goes down faster. All of the weight goes up there. And then your arms, which aren't as strong as your leg, have to receive that much more impact than your feet. So land them all at the same time. One more time properly. You hear the sound at the same time. It's all same kind of contact. Roughly same time. So I'll do one more thing, and that's a what we call a timber face fall. And that's from standing. So you think of somebody coming up behind and back and pushing. You can do the face fall, but it's not a jumping and it's not a low because you're standing already. But the technique is the same, it's just that your feet are not on the, or they're on the ground to begin with. So you are necessarily getting that whip in. So somebody's pushing your back, but you want to receive the ground. So it looks like this. Imagine somebody behind me. Right, same triangle, same butt in the air. There's a bit of a harder impact than that low one. Let's probably call it a high one. So, there were your wrong things to do in the techniques in the face fall and the high face fall, standing your timber face fall. Till next time, kamsahamnida. Toodles.
Hit!